All right, guys, this is the Genius Weatherman, and we're gonna do a little training video. We just did one set, got blown out, but my man here, just trained a little bit. Kind of saw some of the fundamentals, approaching, saw how things like rejection, how some be about it, how make it that much bigger of a deal. But basically, as you know, this is all about dog training, or what I call bitch training 101. Yeah, so I was explaining to him, well, let's see if I can hold this out a little bit further, about compliance testing. Everything is about compliance testing. Or better yet, let me turn the camera this way. Everything's about compliance testing. You go up to these girls, you basically want to be gauging, not that you're waiting for signals. Because if you're a beginner, this is don't worry about this. This is advanced stuff. But if you're more advanced, you want to be gauging whether or not the girl's smiling back at you, and that kind of gives you an idea of how close you should get to her before you say anything. And usually you don't open your mouth until you actually get as close as you can to the girl. Then once you are close to the girl, then you can do what I like to say, or like to call, is closing the leading question. And that's usually an easy compliance test. So can you give an example of closing the leading question? Which is one of my favorite ones, or which one you like to use?
Like, are you from Miami?
Okay, so that's the one I like to use. Are you from Miami? It's just a yes or no question, and usually that gets the ball rolling. Which is what pickup is all about. A lot of guys they make pickup so complicated, so weird, so retarded that it's not even necessary. It's like the whole idea behind pickup is you want to get the ball rolling. You want the compliance test to keep happening, so the girl, she feels like, oh, okay, I'm doing things for this guy, and he's not even my type. I'm not even really that attracted to him, but for some reason I'm doing stuff for him, and that's called training. That's called seduction. That's what training is. Training is seduction. And you got anything you want to say? Any comments about that?
I mean, pretty much,
I'll speak up a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty much Genius Weatherman is saying is spot on.
What do you think about when we last step that we just those two girls that we just talked to over there, and they said, we don't want to talk to you, go away. What did you think about the way I was still able to ask her another closing and leading question after that? What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, you asking her a close-ended leading question was just a way to keep the conversation going, and at the same time, she responded to you because she was just, being polite.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even if, she was busy or she just wanted to be herself, she was still courteous about it.
Exactly. And that's the thing about bitch training 101 is, you look at these girls, and a lot of times they look bitchy, or they're rude to you, or they tell you, go away, I don't want to talk to you. But at the end of the day, they're really not that bitchy. They're just scared, two guys approaching them, that doesn't really happen to them that often.
Right.
And but at the same time, you take that into consideration, and then you still training them, and then cut them some slack. But see, that helps her out, and that helps you out, because see, then you learn to not take rejection personally, and then you realize that it's all about fears. It's the fear on the girl's part, maybe fear on your part, and then you realize that at the end of the day, it's just compliance.
Yeah, it's basically breaking out of that socially engineered shell of, don't talk to strangers, or to be afraid of people you don't know.
Exactly. The girl is thinking, on the one hand, this is what we were talking about earlier. The girl's thinking, on the one hand, I don't talk to strangers. My dad told me if a guy comes up and says hi to me or talks to me, I'm supposed to tell him to go away. But on the other hand, if he asks me a question that's just a simple yes or no, then social conditioning also tells me to just answer his question, and maybe that will get him to go away. So the theory behind bitch training 101 is we use that to our advantage. A lot of guys want to use attraction theory where they try to go in and try to pretend like they're high value and try to pretend like, oh, the girl is just going to automatically comply because I look good or because I'm a high value alpha male, when really that's not necessary. Like, the girl will just respond to you simply because we live in a civilization where if someone asks you a basic yes or no question, then you just answer it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the girl wants to talk to you or not. More than likely, she'll just answer your question, and that'll at least get the ball rolling. And that's what it takes. If you want to penetrate the other social conditioning that she has, which is don't talk to strangers, then you need to appeal to the other side of social conditioning, which says, okay, if somebody asks me a yes or no question, I'll give an answer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyways, go ahead.
What you're saying boils down to courtesy. So
Right.
even though, okay, she may not want to be social, it still doesn't matter. It wasn't a nasty blowout where
Exactly.
she was erratic or cops were going to be called.
Exactly.
Like that.
None of that happened, right?
No, so
Even though she was pretty rude to us, right?
yeah, and that wasn't even rude compared to what we're used to.
Exactly. It wasn't even rude, really, when you really think about it. She was polite about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, it just goes to show you that if you follow the formula of bitch training 101 or compliance testing, then you realize that rejection is not that big of a deal at all. And actually, you can even turn sometimes those rejections around. Like right now, when we're going to walk back over there, I like to reapproach, and I might even, if she notices us or whatever, I might say to her, hey, you remember me? Which is just another closing and leading question. And you'd be surprised. That might even turn around the first time she rejected us, right?
Exactly. I mean,
You've seen that happen before yourself.
That happened with me where I approached this chick and she was by herself and she was waving her finger, no.
Yep.
I don't want to talk to you.
It happens a lot down here.
And I opened her anyway, and it reached to the point where she just did not want to talk. So what I did was, I must took 2 minutes, walked away from her. Then I came back to her and I stood in her face like, as if to say, okay, I'm serious this time. And I ran my chump opener. After that, she complied.
Right.
And then after that, I asked her name. After she told me her name, I shook her hand.
Nice.
After I shook her hand, because I got the compliance to shake her hand, then she felt complied. It was easy to comply. I asked her where was she from?
Right.
But first, I can't just say, hey, where are you from?
Where are you from?
That's just too abrupt.
Yeah.
Closing the leading question says, ask a simple yes or no question.
Exactly.
That question was, are you from Miami or, are you on vacation?
Nice.
And she told me, no, she wasn't from Miami. So then, if she's not from Miami, the next question is, so where are you from? And I guess that's an open-ended question.
Now you're open-ended question. Now you can ask all the open-ended questions you want.
And she said, Jersey. And after she told me New Jersey, I'm like, nice, high five.
High five, cool.
And
see how easy that was? Was it easy? It was easy, right?
And some of you...
Now, first, the girl didn't want to talk to you, right? All right.
Didn't even want to. But guess what? What I didn't say was, when I reapproached, I said to her, remember me.
Remember me. I love that one. Go ahead.
That works like a charm.
Like a charm.
Like a charm. And
oh my God!
But
see,
you
got you pick up guys out there. You got listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
The reapproach is so easy.
Right. I mean, right now we're shooting this video and it's just hot.
Yeah.
Mulatto chick that's right in front of us. She's
Absolutely.
so juicy.
We'll have to go talk to her in a second, right?
Yeah. But we got to get past the mom first, so we might have to open the mom first and say, hey, are you enjoying the beach or whatever?
Yeah.
Or
we'll see. see.
But
Yeah.
anyway, closing the leading question. But
Right.
yeah, with that chick, after I said remember me, yeah, this time I was serious and I applied the four fundamentals. And the second time around, it actually worked.
We're fans of Ozzy, by the way, from
Yeah,
RSD.
exactly.
Yeah, so shout out to Ozzy. He teaches us the four fundamentals,
Yeah.
which makes the compliance test go just 10 times better. But go ahead.
Yeah, and what some of you are gonna find out, and one thing that I give Ozzy credit for is in the pickup community.
Oh wow, we got this girl over here.
Yeah, she addressed. I mean, he right looking at the girl, and I'm saying she, but
Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on. While you talking, let me just give you a shot of what we talking about over here. You might have to go talk to this chick. Go ahead.
but yeah, one thing Ozzy addressed was fear, and I know a lot of dating coaches don't address that because a lot of them assume that if I just tell them and show them what to do, they'll automatically do it, and it's not a monkey see, monkey do thing. With anything, whether you're a performer, whether you play an instrument, whether you play sports, whether you shoot basketball, play soccer, whatever. Each new experience, your body's going to produce a certain level of fear. And until you've mastered that experience, then that particular fear is not going to go away. So what happens is, you're not used to going out. And even if you can be given all of the tools you need to basically go from opening to close. If you haven't dealt with on each level of fear, fear will always catch up with you and sabotage your progress. So the best thing to do, and that's why we're told to take baby steps. Like, if you've ever had barbecue, or if you ever had chicken, ribs, whatever, notice that the cook, he takes the butcher knife and he chops them up in small pieces because you can't eat the whole thing all in a sitting.
That's right.
But that's just how it is with picking up women, where each milestone you go to, there's another level of fear that you have to address. But the good news is, when you have no fear, almost 99% of the time, it's going to be smooth sailing. So for you newbies, it might be just mustering up the courage to just go up to the chick.
Yep.
And then some...
Especially if you don't have a coach to push in the set.
Definitely, especially...
You probably have no choice but to just practice
Yeah.
your first closing and leading question. We're going to do the BIS training 101, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, even that is muscling up a lot of courage to even do that.
Yep.
And then once you realize, wait a minute.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. The chick didn't blow me out. Yeah. She didn't slap me. She didn't throw, if you're at the beach, sand in my face.
She didn't call the police.
They didn't call the police. Then what's going to happen is that fear is going to turn into excitement.
Yep.
And not only are you going to feel great, you're going to feel empowered to where you're going to be like, I'm bold, I'm confident, I can do this.
Yep.
And then you're going to do the next thing to go to the next level, but there you're going to encounter a new fear.
Exactly.
And then you have to conquer that until you go from open to close.
Yep.
That's how it is. Anyone that tells you, no, all you have to do is think positive.
It made me high value.
and hypnotize yourself.
I love that
That
one.
is not going to
For all you
work.
high value guys out there, all you high value alpha males.
Y'all are getting
This is what he's saying.
scammed for your money. Let me tell you
You
something.
ain't gotta be high value,
I'ma
man.
just tell
That's
y'all,
not your problem.
Pickup started in the street and it's going to end in the street, and what's in the street is free.
There you go. Yo, man.
Ask your daddy, ask your uncle, ask your neighborhood pimp. It's all free.
You ain't gotta pay all that money.
I know they said better
for high value
sold
products.
than told, but somebody's gonna gladly tell you, because again, as men, we need this if you want to be happy and ensure the
future relationship,
and also ensure that we even have a human, the continuance of the human race. So
that's right.
that's my spiel on it.
right, man. So, anyway, this is a quick video. Just want to give a shout out. This will be the first of many to come. Since we're going to be out here training, and just stay tuned and go to my website www.pickupdaily.com. Check out all the articles. I teach you the game, this training 101 right there for free, right there on the website, and it's going to be part of a new workbook coming out. So check that out.
Yeah, y'all want to buy that? Yeah.
You want to check that out? So yeah, man. So keep taking action, man. We'll see you guys next time.